And I have an example essay that I have posted on there of my own belief in my I believe essay. And so I want you to read it, and there was also an audio recording to go along with it. I'll get to that later. So, so new beginnings. So how you have grown through that. How have you evolved and changed through that experience? The word evolve doesn't just mean to change. That's what transformation is. But the word evolve means to grow through that change, through that transformation. So how you are a better person, what is your, code that you live off of? What is your, philosophy, and how will you go about your life, with all of those experiences, with this belief? That is what, you're the new beginning. Think of, starting fresh. Think of, your goals for the new year. Maybe that's one idea. It's like you all, at the beginning of the year, and actually, next year, we're going to be doing it at the astrological year. So I'm going to have all of you make your New Year's resolutions on March 21st, or, 19th or 20th. Okay? So you're going to wait until then, because, it just makes more sense. But so, most do it on, January the 1st. So, your goals for the year. Look at those goals. That might be, one example, that you can think of. Then you're going to, last but not least, make an audio recording. And I don't know why this is. Okay, audio. Okay, I'm gonna need to get rid of this here. Audio recording. So using QuickTime, which is something on your computers that you got way back in August of 2018, so a really, really long time, you're going to use this audio system to record yourself as you're reading the essay. Make it conversational, add expression, and really emphasize and, really act out in tone as best you can the sentences. Like, you're sitting down, at an interview, telling this story, I guess. And, a lot of those, people who, read their essays and send in a recording of those essays really sound like they are very, very big literary individuals, and that they've read a lot of books and are, talking about the, significance of, I don't know, Moby Dick by Herman Melville, things like that. So that's kind of what you're going to hear when you hear them read their essays, and I'm sure that a lot of them are that way. And I wonder what Abby's, I believe, will be. So that's what you're going to be doing. So I'm going to put the due dates here. So October, so today, for the rest of the day and tomorrow, you're going to be working on that comparison. So it's going to be due, I'm going to make it due tomorrow. So that will be at, I'd say, 7. Well, no, 5:45 tomorrow. So 5:45 due. Then the actual essay. Okay, this thing is so annoying. I hope that you're seeing these due dates. Will be due. I'll give you some time to work on it. On October 22nd. October 22nd. And then the recording of that will be due on the 24th. So, October 24th. And that is F. Scott Fitzgerald's lucky number. Okay, so this is all of the information that you're going to be remembering. Okay? So with this ingrained, I'm going to leave this up here. This is not going to go away. I have a rubric and really specifically laid out written directions on my page on the official Minton website. So go under there, go to the Lebembes and Lopez's tab, click on my name, and you will go to all around Minton activities. You'll go, you'll click on that, it's like a Google thing. I am going to be starting something new, so I've just had it kind of on one main page. I'm going to be kind of separating to different things here. So, all around Minton activities, you're going to click on that, and I have added in all of the other things that we have done, kind of taking a trip down memory lane so that it looks, like, like we've had it since the beginning of the year. So you'll go under the very top tab that says, This I Believe. This I Believe. So you click on that, all of it is laid out. Now on the website, you can either read the essays, but there is the audio recordings that reads them out loud to you. Okay? Now, all of this information should be clear by this point. Okay? Now, if I can, I'm going to do the next horoscope.
Well, if we're going to go through classes, if we started at kindergarten to second grade.
It just keeps playing, doesn't it? Okay. What's going to be happening is, for the sake of time, we're going to be doing the horoscope portion. We're going to be we're going to be watching the horoscopes here. Then, on your own, I want you to read those articles. Now, for each of those articles, there is a questionnaire. There are 2 Google documents that I want you to open. And it asks you some general questions. Not going along with the plot line of the article, but, kind of going off of the ideas from that article. So, it's, it's all, written questions. All of those are written. It's your own responses. Okay? And then, additionally, okay. So, yeah. So, on that worksheet is, all those questions. And I was going to think of doing a discussion post. But, I didn't really think so. We may do that another time. So, there was one for that article. Then there is a document for the Libra Aries article, okay, that I want you to do. So I know I'm very, very contradictory, but I'm just thinking of what, we have the availability for time. And then after this, what's going to be happening is I will be releasing you. Yes. Okay, what is this? Ugh, it's unattractive, that is. Gross. I don't know what the heck that is, but ugh, I washed it up. It's probably just a spider web thing. Aren't you cold wearing those? Okay. Oh, that's good to know. All right. So I'm going to go to the YouTube thing to see if I can find the horoscope that we're looking for. Virgo, Leo. What's the trailer?
If you've loved astrology since you were a kid, if you bought those Linda Goodman sun sign books, or you've been online watching videos, but you can't get it all to stick in your head because there's so much information, and honestly, you go to the astrology book and what are you open to? Your sun sign, and read all about you. That's okay.
Okay, let's No. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Let's give it a second. Okay. Let's do this again. This is taking very long. Here it is, everybody. So this is the full moon.
October 1st and 2nd, Thursday and Friday, the sun is in Libra and the moon is in Aries. Da-da-da-da! Big fat full moon. You guys, it's at 3:05 Pacific Mountain Time. We are having a big fat full moon, and Venus on the 2nd, on Friday, is entering Virgo. But let's just talk about something important. There are count them, 6 planets in cardinal. So let's just talk about that. The sun being in Libra and the moon being in Aries on a full moon. It's an initiative energy cardinal. Think red, think energy. This is definitely get up and go Thursday and Friday. Here's the good news. When Libra is trying so desperately to make peace and to be nice and to keep everything status quo, that moon in Aries is going, we're going to push around some energy. And when the moon gets fat and full, you know the energy's high. So I want to say to you, take advantage of this full moon Thursday and Friday to ask yourself, am I using my chi with that moon in Aries and 6 planets in cardinal? There's no passivity allowed right now. We can't just sit. So if you are sitting and you're not feeling energized on a full moon in Aries, you know something's fishy, and you can always call me for an astrology reading. Go to my website. I will fix you up. Matchmaking. This is so Libra. I will look at your chart, then look at one of my certified astrologers' charts and tie them together. Because if during Thursday and Friday, during the full moon, when the moon is in Aries, if you don't wake up Thursday morning feeling a little bit feisty, and if it's not feisty, guess what? On October 2nd is Sting, my good friend Sting's birthday. So it's the artist with energy. That's what this chart, a baby were born under a full moon like this. They have all this cardinal energy to use Libra, their love of beauty, but to do something with it. And we know that's true with Sting. He is an activist. He, and support from his wife Trudy, does consider always how to share. And if that's not the right use of this energy, now the wrong use of this energy is feeling pissy, being frustrated, not using your creative urge. How many Libras do I know say to me, when I was young, I was such a good artist, and then I gave it up because I got so responsible, and they're pleasers. And Aries goes, oh, no, we're not going to please. There's 6 planets in Cardinal, there's only 1 planet in air, the sun, and there's a T-square because there's the sun opposite the moon. Then we have the stellium in Capricorn. The whole thing releases in Cancer, which means if you don't use your energy, if you're not being physical, if you're not being creative, you're going to feel emotional. And people that are born under a full moon are so highly emotional, and so are all of us. So I want to hear whether or not you feel your chi, if this cardinal energy is moving you, or if you're feeling like you're stuck. Because if you're stuck during the full moon and the release is in Cancer, how it will show up is you'll feel moody, you'll want to stay at home, you'll feel yourself being kind of depressed. All those are symptoms of not using your fire and getting it moving. And I, as an astrologer, am a fire starter. My moon's in Aries. I'm here to say to you, don't let life take you down at the expense of your leader. This energy, this cardinal energy is so strong, it's demanding that we ask ourselves during Thursday and Friday on this full moon, what am I doing with my energy? I know my answer. I want to hear yours. Astrology Answers told me to tell you. Big fat full moon, T-square releasing a Cancer. The right use of this energy is you be very considerate. And think about Sting and his beautiful music about Fragile. That song melts my heart. That he used his artistic gift to take the angst that we're all suffering from in this crazy time and find art. So I'm going to challenge you. Go ahead. Do something creative. If you like this...
Okay. So that is going to be the full moon for Libra, and you can certainly see the one for Aries as well. So all of you should know, for starters, that I was born during the full moon. I was born right before the moon would, enter Scorpio. So that would be the middle of the day to the beginning of the day on April 6th, the moon would enter Scorpio. And I was born during the full moon. So Sun in Aries, Moon in Libra. So if, and I said this earlier, if you would have to tie the two together, there's a lot of contrast, but this makes for the best compatibility. Now, Libra can get along with all four of the elements greatly, no matter what the sign may be it air, be it fire, water, or earth. Any one of those. Even Libra Virgo is a really, really great match. Libra is, the big thing, the big theme for Libra is relationship. And I think we would all agree with that. And the motto is that there is no competition. So it's between the competition and then the equality and the balance and the fairness of everything. So there's no competition. There's no such thing. If you put two signs together that may not look compatible, they might be very, very compatible because all signs overlap each other and they all share similar things. So say Aries and Capricorn. Well, you look at that and you know that, they're different elements, but you can't put those in their own little boxes because there was always positives. There was always something very, very valuable that can be gained from any relationship, be it countering, bonding, or, complementing. And we looked at those three. In every relationship, is, great for the growing and the evolving process of, all of us, and, we can learn something that we might not have from another sign. And that is what that complementing is. That, Aries has something that Libra doesn't have. And, Libra has something that Aries, may, lack a little bit. So, the fighter for peace is really the combination. If you had to take Aries and Libra and put them together. So Aries, Libra, or Libra, Aries, doesn't really matter. The fighter for peace. Aries is all about, independence, and, when going their own way, and control, and, all those types of things. And, the starter, the initiator. And Libra is all about the kind, artistic, balancer and peacemaker of relationships. So Aries, the fire starter, Libra, the peacemaker. Put them together, and this is, this in particular holds one of the most valuable lessons out of all of the, different compatibilities. All of them are valuable. For example, Capricorn and Cancer would be the family, home life, more emotional areas versus the government and society, and the workforce, all those types of things. So, I could go on and on. So, yeah. So, again, when I say most, I was probably lying because they all show valuable lessons. And I'm just saying that because I have it. So that's okay to say during Libra season. It's perfectly fine. But definitely. So now that you've seen that, I want you to read those 2 articles and then going along with that are questions based off of the ideas in those articles. And those are the most recent articles. So Libra Aries full moon, Libra, and then Libra full moon. Okay. Any other questions before I just close this meeting here? Yes. Yes. Yeah. I can't really remember if we went to the headquarters. I don't, I think that I may have forgotten to do that. I may have, I completely forgot about that. I made all these plans to go on the 10th, but that didn't happen. So we are going to be going on the 17th. So this Saturday. So on October 17th, we're going to be heading over to the headquarters and doing some housekeeping. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about something that you are wondering about. When Annie comes here, or St. Vincent, we're going to talk more about the Mary Poppins. But today I just want to talk, just before we leave, about Astropalooza. I don't know how to spell Palooza. So, the following people will be at Astropalooza. Some very, very famous, and I'm actually going to write these. Okay. So I'll write it very, very small. So I'm just going to write kind of some, plans way up here so that you can see. So, Deborah Silverman, first and foremost, that's obvious, since she is the person, that we'll prescribe to, if you want to call it that, for astrology, that we're subscribed to. Her friend, Paulette Baron Reed. And then there is a lady who does monthly horoscopes, where she has a kind of the chart of what it looks like, so astro projections. Her name is Bracha Goldsmith. And then the final, then the final person that I'm aware of who will be coming is Deborah's second friend, Sting. Is there anybody else? Oh, Michelle Knight. Remember, you can see all different signs and those secret superpowers from Michelle Knight. So one thing that I would do before the season is over is to watch Libra Secret Superpowers and get all of those videos in. So, the concert is off. Yep, I've been very, very busy and I haven't had the time lately. So, or the right motivation. So that would take up a lot of my energy. Now, I want to talk about Astropalooza. It will be kind of, there'll be different stations. It will be at the headquarters in different rooms of it, including, there's going to be, in the big room, there's going to be a theater where there's going to be seating, and there's going to be a stage, and there was going to be songs, dances, monologues, and plays about each one of the signs in one room, and in the other room it's going to be all the different signs put together and talking about the different types of relationships and making it kind of a comedy animation.